Buenos dias from San Gervasi. This is the Rorschach Spain update from the 6th of March 2025. Quick summary of what's going down in Spain. Start this week during the opening speech at the annual Mobile World Congress in Barcelona on Sunday the 2nd. King Felipe VI reaffirmed his support for Ukraine and reinforced the country's right to defend its land and people. Since his speech, many news outlets have labeled it an act of solidarity. The statement comes as a response to the tense meeting between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and U.S. President Donald Trump that was held at the White House on Saturday the 1st. Two leaders had a heated conversation, with most media outlets calling it an attack on Zelensky and highly inappropriate, which it of course was. In other news, on Monday the 3rd, Fernando Martin, former president of the Martinsa property group and football club Real Madrid, admitted to paying 25 million euros to secure a contract from the Madrid City Council as part of the complex Gürtel case. The Gürtel case, which first came to light in 2009, was a major political corruption case in Spain involving illegal party financing and bribery linked to the Partido Popular, or PP. Cases led to many convictions, resignations, and was ultimately responsible for the downfall of Mariano Rajoy, Spain's former president. Around 20 people are still on trial for corruption, and many, like Fernando Martin, have admitted guilt in exchange for reduced sentences. Court accepts Martin's confession. He could see as little as 3 years in prison, or potentially bypass prison altogether with a hefty fine. Over to Catalonia. On Tuesday the 4th, socialist PSOE and the Junts party proposed a new law granting Catalonia more immigration powers. This agreement would allow Catalonia to shape its immigration policy, with Spain providing the necessary resources while aligning with European and national laws. The biggest issue the regional government has faced so far regarding new law has been what to do with border security. To solve this, Junts pushed for the Catalan police force, Mossos, to take on a much more active role in border security, inspired by the Bavarian police in Germany, who oversee ports, airports, and key areas with the national forces. Catalonia also wants to manage some expulsions, residency permits, and detention centers, and gain nearly 2,000 more officers to help support these new roles. Now for updates on fossil fuel-induced weather events. After the devastating floods in southern Spain in November 2024, the country once again is dealing with large amounts of rain and flash floods, potentially posing a significant danger to life. On Monday the 3rd, heavy rains trapped around 20 vehicles on the AP4 motorway near Jerez in the south, causing flooding at the Jerez motorcycle circuit and marking the highest levels of rainfall in the area since 1946. Firefighters and emergency services are still working to deal with the areas affected. An orange alert was issued on Tuesday the 4th and was extended from Andalusia in the south to Valencia in the east, where more severe storms were expected. Authorities continue to recommend road closures and school suspensions while rail and air traffic remain unaffected. Follow Spain's state meteorological agency, IMET, to stay up to date and learn more about the developing weather situation. Link in the show notes. Could AI help with flood prevention? Well, Amazon Web Solutions, or AWS, says so, stated on Monday the 3rd that it will use artificial intelligence to reduce flood risks in Spain's northeastern region of Aragon, where it is actually building data centers. We'll say. AWS said that it wanted to spend 17 million euros to reduce flood risks in the region by modernizing infrastructure and using AI to optimize water use for agriculture. Spain's highest flowing river, the Ebro, travels through Aragon on its way to the Mediterranean and is prone to flooding. Keep your eyes peeled. Let's see if they do it. Let's take a look at policing. The Guardia Civil, Spain's national police force, launched a campaign on Monday the 3rd against card knives, concealed weapons designed to look like credit cards, but that unfold into very sharp weapons. They're small but capable of inflicting significant harm and are prohibited under Spain's law of public safety. Carrying these card knives results in a fine of up to 30,000 euros. From safety to security, El Corte Inglés, Spain's largest department store chain, suffered a major security breach on Monday the 3rd, leaking a large amount of El Corte Inglés card customer data. The breach occurred through an external provider, exposing customer identification, contact details, card numbers, and purchases only at El Corte Inglés. Despite the breach, the store assured third-party information wasn't linked, only data belonging to purchases made with an El Corte Inglés card, so it doesn't affect individual banks or credit cards. They also said that the issue was quickly identified and fixed through security protocols. Customers were reminded that El Corte Inglés will never ask for passwords or personal information via email or phone, so if you ever receive such a message, stay safe and don't share your information. End of last week saw the first ever Turium Connecting Excellence Award ceremony, and the winner was one of Spain's most beloved actors, Antonio Banderas. He received the inaugural award in Madrid on Thursday the 27th for his role as an ambassador of Spanish culture and excellence. Presented by Ignacio Ibarra, chairman of the media group Vocento, the award recognized Banderas' work in promoting Spanish culture internationally. Banderas has been working in the entertainment industry for over 40 years and is most famous for his roles in films such as Desperado and Puss in Boots. Speaking of awards, the Spanish-language French musical crime film Emilia Pérez won 2 Oscars. It won Best Original Song for Elle, and Malzoe Saldana won Best Supporting Actress. Despite winning 2 awards, the musical faced controversy. Originally nominated in 13 categories, its backlash stemmed not from the film itself, but from resurfaced offensive tweets by lead actress Carla Sofia Gascon in 2020-21, targeting Muslims in Spain and Islam. The tweets have since been deleted, but the backlash undoubtedly affected the film and award results. Returning to the annual Mobile World Congress, it started on Sunday the 2nd and is the go-to place where major tech brands from around the world showcase their latest innovations. Here are some highlights from this year's edition. Vodafone unveiled its Plan Vuela, a public Wi-Fi network to cover 700 Andalus municipalities with 27,000 access points and 800 kilometers, around 400 miles of cable, proving the area's connectivity. Meanwhile, Huawei announced a strategic partnership with Barcelona City Hall to promote tech innovation and training for its workers. Ministry of Culture has ordered the removal of a Guanche mummy from Madrid's National Archaeological Museum as part of an effort to decolonize state museums. The mummy, dating from the 12th to 13th century, was originally displayed in 2015, belonged to the Guanches, the indigenous people of the Canary Islands. The removal follows a government policy requiring human remains to be treated with respect and in accordance with the beliefs of the community of origin. The regional government of the Canary Islands has long campaigned for its return, a request Spain initially approved in 2010 but later rejected due to the mummy's fragility. Here's one for bird watchers among our listeners, an interesting local sighting. The Eurasian pygmy owl has reportedly made its home in Spain, with its first recorded presence in Catalonia. Traditionally found in the Pyrenees and parts of France, the species has been expanding its range. The initial expansion was first noted after sightings in France in 2015, followed by additional discoveries near the Spanish border, including a recent sighting just a few weeks ago. And finally, if you're a fan of the night sky, you will want to put this date into your calendar. A rare total lunar eclipse will occur in Spain on Friday the 14th, turning the moon a deep red during the blood moon event. The eclipse will peak around 8 a.m. Spanish time, 6 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time +0, and last for roughly an hour. And that's it for this week. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, but don't worry, subscribing to the Rorschach Spain update is free. By subscribing, you can help us grow. Keep making the updates you love. Listen to our updates on your favorite podcast platform. Hasta la próxima.